It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson, and it is my pleasure to be with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, it'll be the New Orleans Pelicans up against the Los Angeles Lakers. And for Los Angeles, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. Fellas, it is quite clear that Anthony Davis is one of the best players in the league with his contract done and his stardom. Should New Orleans be feeling the pressure to go deep in the playoffs, Shaq?
Well, I don't know what team he's going to be with, but any team with Anthony Davis should be, at very least, a playoff team, Ernie. Winning will keep him happy and up the chances he stays in New Orleans for the long haul, but this guy is woo-wee.
Yeah.
Woo-wee.
The real deal.
I mean, he came from the depths of the bottom of the sea to get to where he is, because the guy was 6'1" as a junior in high school, man. And now he's getting the job done down there in New Orleans. Built the team around him. You still got to add a couple of competent team members around him for him to really flourish, but this guy is incredible.
Is it just me, or are you trying to grow your eyebrow all the way across? It looks like you're well on the way to having a unibrow.
I would love to get a unibrow, because I think now, to be a great player, you have to have one brow.
Shaq?
No comment, Ernie.
Appreciate that. See you later, folks.
Coming to you live on 2K Sports, it's time for NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. The New Orleans Pelicans preparing to defend home court in this Western Conference battle. It'll be Los Angeles off the tip. And now the Lakers starting group. Kobe and Randall, the forward duo. Jordan Clarkson is out there with Russell. And it's Hibbert in at the 5. Now, here is Russell. To the paint. Comes out of the gate empty. He's 0 for 1.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game. And guys, the Lakers last season were just a completely different team after Kobe's injury. Not so much in results, but just in how they played on the floor. They actually fared better without Kobe than most thought they would.
Shot clock at 3. Top of the key. Rebound by Kobe.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Now the dish to Russell. Hibbert kicks to Bryant. And it's Quincy Pondexter with the foul. That's his first foul.
Man, it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. Picked by Randall. Evans against Russell. Down to 5 on the shot clock. A 3-ball. Eric Gordon with the rebound. And for the Lakers, without Kobe last season, it was really a stark difference in styles of play and quality. No single person. Clark stepped in to carry their offense. It took a group effort.
Well, it was almost April, Kevin, before somebody surpassed Kobe in field goal attempts on the team. It'll be interesting to see how they build the offense this year.
And so the New Orleans Pelicans get the first points of the ballgame from 12 feet out. There's the bucket. Good.
How about that move? Is this guy special or what? Just love watching him operate inside.
We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Feeds it to Pondexter. Got a piece of it. tries to keep it alive.
Well, one of his issues is he's a player that just does not excel at fighting through contact on his way to the rim.
The drive by Russell. Now here's Kobe. He's covered closely. Back to Russell. On the wing, Kobe. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist.
Kobe getting it done. Just a gorgeous shot that time.
Here's Evans. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Gordon dishes to Pondexter. New Orleans moving the ball around. Davis sets a screen. And that's Evans penetrating. And Davis can't get it to go. The Lakers in the lead.
And Anthony Davis, growing up in the rough south side of Chicago, because of the violence, his father didn't let him venture to the playground. Instead, he built a basketball court in the backyard. This young man has come a long way.
Now here's Evans, following the miss by Kobe Bryant. Evans outside. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot two.
And guys, Tyreke Evans is so versatile. Great instincts, well-developed skill set. He can beat you every way you turn.
And back to Tyreke Evans. He's a big, muscular guy for a wing. That 7-foot wingspan, that arm span we've all admired and read so much about. Too strong for off guards, too quick for small forwards. He's kind of got a ubiquitous position.
He does. And, Kevin, you know, it's funny. A lot of people have tried to place him in a box in terms of position. Instead of just saying he's a basketball player, the guy's strong. He's got tremendous physical attributes. Combine that with the ball handling and his confidence, and it gives you an interesting mix. I mean, he's one of the more unique, multifaceted guys we have in our league.
Last season was possibly the best of Tyreke Evans' career, at least since his unbelievable rookie campaign.
Yeah, and Kev, a lot of that has to do with his injury history. I mean, last year he played in 79 games. That's the most of his career. So you could say it was probably the healthiest season he's had since he was a rookie.
And here is Los Angeles now. The Pelicans make their last shot. And Norris Cole is going to pick up the foul. Cunningham, he's checked in for Tyreke Evans.
Checking in for your Pelicans, Dante Cunningham.
And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, and Bryant kicks to Bass, stolen by Anderson. Here's Cole. Ajinça in the post. Bass is there, and that one is good from Ajinça.
You know, back to Tyreke Evans last year, he had a big jump in three-point percentage. He was also up in assists, rebounds, really did a lot of good things. The only bad news, he was also up in turnovers.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Anderson, a screen on Young. Holiday goes in. Can't convert after the good screen.
Hey, they got the shot they wanted off of that pick, but it just doesn't fall.
Yeah, it didn't go down, but you'll take that shot every single time, Greg. That's good offense.
Now here's Williams. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. It's tipped. Here's Cole. He dishes it to Anderson. The kick out to Holiday. Another miss by Holiday. Williams can't get it to go. 1 quarter in the book, and it's been a close one so far. New Orleans on top. They lead by 3. From New Orleans, back in a moment. And speaking with Roy Hibbert before the game, he helped illuminate their defensive philosophy.
You want to guard the paint, and some of that has to do with myself being able to patrol the paint as much as possible. We want long contested twos. They guard the three-point line, bring them to me. I'll either hit him with a straight-up block the shot or alter the shot. So contested twos are the worst shots in the NBA.
When you have that sort of focus like Hibbert, that kind of confidence on display on a nightly basis, Greg, you are a game changer, and he does change games every night.
You know, and we saw his skill set and execution develop very rapidly over the course of just a couple years. He worked extremely hard to become the force he is on the interior in this game.
Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from New Orleans?
Defense paying huge dividends for them through the first.
Excellent hustle, and you know the coach has to be pleased with that effort at the defensive end.
So on the floor for the Lakers to start this second quarter, they've got Roy Hibbert. Julius Randle is out there with Nick Young. Then it's Russell. And it's Clarkson in at the two-guard spot.
And guys, it looked like Nick Young had finally put it all together. I mean, he had a huge campaign 2 years ago, signs a new 4-year deal. Then last year, disaster strikes. I mean, he provided very little to the team outside of shooting the basketball. And even with that, he dropped to a career worst, 37% from the field.
Tyreke Evans is checked in for Norris Cole. And so Young nails them both. Well, Greg, getting back to Young, it's tough to completely judge him on last year's numbers because he was fighting through knee injuries, ankle injuries, all kinds of things. Parker only played 42 games.
Yeah, but when he's right, he can light it up. I mean, he's a go-to scorer, but he just never got right last season.
The Lakers trail. Out to the wing. Randle passes to Clarkson. Unloads from 13. They get the rebound. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot two right here.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And it's tied up with that one. Last year, the Pelicans, Greg, pushed their way into the postseason. It was a neck-and-neck battle for that number 8 spot, as you recall, with the Oklahoma City Thunder.
And how about the excitement down the stretch? They were able to edge out the Thunder and Russell Westbrook on that just point binge down the stretch there. And what a final day that was. A big, huge win over the Spurs let them get into the postseason for the first time under the Pelican moniker.
And as you said, I mean, New Orleans made the playoffs for the first time under the name Pelicans. Unfortunately for them, they ran into the Warriors in the first round and were promptly swept away.
Now here's Gordon looking for his first basket still in this one.
Looked like he was channeling Bob Cousy right there. Since when does he take guys off the dribble like that?
And thinking back to the Pelicans playoffs from last year, let a 20-point lead slip away in that fourth quarter of Game 3. But they played better than a sweep and got valuable postseason experience for that young roster.
And here's Los Angeles. They trail by 1. Russell high post. He's against Evans. Russell kicks to Hibbert. Shoots from 8. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. Hibbert's got 4 points in the quarter.
This has been a thriller. You cannot say enough about the way these two teams have competed.
All indications, Greg, are that this game is going down to the wire. I mean, I'd be surprised, actually shocked, if it ended any other way. You know, as the season wore on, guys, the Pelicans became a matchup that nobody wanted to see. Very tough against teams and had very few weaknesses, too.
Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. Well, for the Pelicans last season, they were a tough matchup. The defense was one thing, but their mentality, the way they thought through the game was fantastic.
And Kevin, you look at their record against other playoff teams, and it stacks up well. I mean, they made the playoffs by never thinking they were at a disadvantage on the floor. And having that kind of confidence in a young team, that only really speaks for positives moving forward. Yeah, but you have to love that tough interior defense.
And, Greg, that's exactly what he gives you. I mean, he's constantly making his presence felt around the rim.
That's good. And the Pelicans lead by 1. And, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Pelicans.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
Gordon with it. He's picked up by Russell. And that's Evans penetrating, and he lays it straight in. And now it's a 3-point New Orleans lead.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
Randall no good. For New Orleans, they've gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. Babbitt kicks to Evans. Davis setting the pick for Evans. Kicks it out to Gordon. Yes, and a nice assist from Evans. Gordon's got 4 points this quarter.
Not sure how he gets that pass off. I thought for sure he was going to pull the trigger.
Really unfortunate for Eric Gordon that an assortment of injuries have really derailed his career. A few years back, he looked like he'd be an absolute star. Once a 22 points a game score, was down to 13 a game last season. An excellent display of passing out there, fellas. I mean, 8 of their last 10 points have been assisted on.
And they just keep finding the open man.
Now, here's Clarkson. Looking for his first basket still in this one. That's good.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Evans against Russell. Evans kicks to Gordon. Shot clock at 5. Offensive rebound. Ashik. Nice work on the boards. Paying off with the basket. Ashik's got the lead up to 7 now for the Pelicans. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Evans dishes to Gordon. And here's Evans. 5 points in the game. Left side, Davis takes the 13-footer. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
You know, his ability is matched only by his energy, guys. I mean, he's usually in the middle of everything for his team.
Yep, it goes in, and the Pelican lead is cut down now to just 5 on the basket from Roy Hibbert. Here's Gordon. Roy Hibbert picking up that last basket. Gordon, the pass to Babbitt. He feeds it to Evans. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. And it's Gordon missing. Here's Russell. No good on that last second attempt there. And we're through the first half of basketball here, and what's been a good one. Pelicans lead by 5. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith, and it's the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. A competitive matchup for New Orleans in the first quarter. The biggest lead of the quarter was only 3 points as they traded baskets back and forth. Kenny, your thoughts, how the Pelicans are playing?
They were clearly a better shooting team. Their play calling and execution were on point. It wasn't a dominant performance, but you did get an idea of how efficient they can be. They'll need to continue that kind of shooting if they want to pull away in the second half.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on the Lakers?
Well, they need to be more aggressive. They got to take the ball inside. See, scoring inside the NBA is like running in football. You're taking control of the game physically. Sure, you need good perimeter play and spacing on the floor, but hey, you got to get it into the big man, Ernie.
All right, that is going to wrap up our halftime report as it's just about time for the start of the third quarter.
Been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. You have to like what we're seeing from Roy Hibbert.
Just a dominating performance in the post by him so far. Just tearing them to shreds when he gets it inside.
Yeah, and getting it to him is the only hard part, fellas. I mean, once he has it, he's automatic. Forget about it. He can do work down there.
Pelicans leading by 5.
Well, somehow the Lakers managed to avoid ending up in last place in the West last season. Still, it's a far, far cry from the Lakers teams of the past. Only 21 wins for them on the season.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. Setting the floor now for the Pelicans. Gordon and Pondexter are the wingmen. The shot-blocking pair of Davis and Ashik inside. And it's Evans in at the 1 spot. And that one's good. Russell. And for the Lakers against the rest of the West last year, they only went 9-43, Greg, in their own conference matchups.
Yeah, and never a good sign when less than half of your wins come against your own conference. The Lakers know they have a long road ahead of them to get back to their years of Western Conference dominance. I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
New Orleans shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night.
Taking 2 shots.
All right now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That's good from Evans. A big part of the problem for the Lakers last year was consistency. Clark, with all their injuries, they had to shuffle the lineup, it seemed, every game.
Well, you know what happened with all that shuffling was they got to see a lot of different players and evaluate them for the future. I think it helped in regards to what they're going to do this offseason.
And both free throws good for Tyreke Evans.
And for the Lakers, obviously the big get for them was landing the number 2 overall pick in the draft. Getting a quality big to add to a roster with Kobe is huge. It made them a player, again, I believe, in free agency.
And the Lakers with some changes. Bass comes in for Julius Randle. And Lewis Williams subbed in for Jordan Clarkson. And for those of you tuning in, we're about a minute into the second half. Evans kicks to Davis. Now Pondexter. Outside Gordon. Fires for three. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
And, you know, when it comes to the Lakers, they're always going to be players in free agency if they have money. It's still a marquee franchise in the NBA, one of the top 2 or 3, no doubt. When you have high draft picks and money to spend, people want to play for you, and not to mention, California is an attractive destination.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Williams with a clean look. Offline with his 3. Pelicans leading by 4. Evans with it. He's picked up by Russell. And it's Gordon missing.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
Williams kicks to Bryant. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. That's 7 points for Kobe Bryant.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Well, taking a look at Lou Williams last year, kind of a typical year for him, a lot of scoring on bad efficiency.
Yeah, and for Lou, he did make it over the 40% field goal mark, but just barely.
Just barely, you're right. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Yes, during that break, Coach Byron Scott had some words for his team. He was intent on running the offense through Kobe. Coach is looking for him to take on a lot of responsibility when they've got the ball, to be a leader at the offensive end. Perhaps the rest of the second half will look different after those adjustments, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris. Here's Cole. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. There's the screen. Williams against Holiday. Over in the corner, Cole. And again, New Orleans has no luck. LA's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. Well, this is really one of the nicer buildings in the NBA, right downtown Clark, this home of the Pelicans across from the Superdome.
Kevin, you're always worried about how close we are to Bourbon Street when we come here, man. But yeah, this was a fortress for the Pelicans last season as they won some big games here, for sure.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on the free throw.
And you talk about the big wins here for the Pelicans last year. How about they beat the Warriors late in the year, which was huge to get into the postseason, as well as the Spurs on that final day to fight their way into that 8th spot.
That one drops. He ties it up.
And, you know, the Pelicans ended 28-13 here last season. A 6-win improvement for them from the season before. They can be a scary team when this place is jumping.
And it's sent back by Russell. Williams dishes to Sacre for the lead. Bass with the screen. It's Williams with the drive, and there's the feed to Bass. There's a screen off the pick. Kobe can't hit.
Well, I tell you what, that's too good a look to pass up there. Even though it didn't go, that's one you got to take.
And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3. That's going to send Drew Holiday to the free throw line. It's going to be on Kobe Bryant. And guys, for Drew Holiday last season was a tale of two halves. Over the first half, he displayed the leadership and the playmaking skills the team had originally acquired him for.
You know what, Kevin? Over the second half of the year, everything just kind of fell apart for Drew. He couldn't shake an injury to his lower right leg, and as a result, had to watch from the bench as his team fought for its playoff lives.
That free throw good from Drew Holiday.
And when you talk about Holiday, the Pelicans really needed his contribution last season. He can score and distribute the basketball equally as well. An excellent all-around defender. Exactly what you want in a point guard, except that he just couldn't stay healthy.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
That's good. Holiday's got 5.
And for Holiday, I love his effort. He works extremely hard. His injuries, no fault of his own, just a run of misfortune. Let's hope this talented young man can turn it around and keep it turned around from a health standpoint.
Here's Zachary off the left rim and out.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Here's Cole. And the 3 off target. Lakers trail by 3. Young outside. The shot is off.
Boy, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
Cole, the pass to Holiday. Here's the screen. Here's Anderson. Bryant with the rebound. Kobe's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. And Young, here we go. That's in, coming off an assist by Kobe. Young's got 6 points.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
And Cole kicks to Holiday. Anderson up top. Plenty of space. And that one's good. And the Pelicans lead by 3.
Just couldn't get a hand in the face on that one.
That's using what you got. He's got a height advantage, put it to good use there, and got himself a clean look.
And they clearly are just destroying this group right now from the three-point line.
Yeah, and the defense knows it. I mean, they're fully stretched out trying to stop the three-point shot and still haven't been able to do it.
Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the 4th quarter. A terrific game so far. Los Angeles has gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. So the Lakers 5 right now. Kobe and Randall, the forward duo. Russell is out there with Jordan Clarkson. And it's Hibbert in at the center position. Davis kicks to Pondexter. Passes it to Gordon. Just 5 to shoot. The rebound by the Lakers.
Well, he's building a house with those bricks. I mean, one reason is he keeps trying to force it up when he's defended well. Move the ball, share the sugar.
Now, here is Russell to take the lead, and Kobe the bucket with the assist by Russell. Bryant's got the lead up to 2 now for the Lakers.
Well, they were sleeping on defense. The defense really didn't do its job. I mean, a little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint. That's costly.
And at this stage of a tight game, the tired legs really start to show. A defense becomes vulnerable if you can continue to pound it inside. You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Now here's Kobe. And it's Russell in the corner. Misses the 3. Russell's gone just 1 of 5 from the field. Pass to Gordon. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Hibbert's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Clarkson dishes to Bryant. Pass to Hibbert. The jump hook. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good.
They got the lead despite pretty cold shooting from the field in the first half, and now they're beginning to find their groove.
Heating up and looking to build on that lead.
Well, Special K, so many records for Kobe, but one he set last season was most misses all time from the floor.
He passed the great Hondo, John Havlicek, for that title. I'm sure John doesn't mind having him pass him up for that
the
one.
Old Buckeye, you're
yeah,
right.
That's right, most misses. But you look at the players on that list, a who's who of NBA stars.
Catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Guys, over that last break, I listened in on Alvin Gentry's huddle. They're getting outshot from the perimeter. He told them, we've got to close out faster on the outside shooters. These threes are killing us. Kevin, can they tighten their D?
The Pelicans trail.
And, there's all this talk about Kobe now being the leader of missed shots, having that record. But listen, the guys that are in the top 5 of that list, all Hall of Fame players. So you don't miss a lot of shots unless your team trusts you to take them, and you're pretty good.
Now here's Evans. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Evans has got it all tied up now for New Orleans. The pass to Clarkson. Picked by Randall. Dishes it to Russell. Outside Bryant. Back to Russell. Randall, a screen on Evans. In the corner, it's Clarkson. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Clarkson's got the lead. Back up to 2 now for Los Angeles.
Hey, guys, a final thought on Kobe. I mean, all the players on that list were heavily leaned on for scoring. I'd take any of the top guys on that list over someone who's afraid to shoot the ball when their number's called.
Now here's Evans. Davis sets a screen. On the wing, Gordon. He's covered by Clarkson. Off the mark with the little step back, Johnny.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
From the corner. No good. And New Orleans will go the other way with it. Evans with it. He's picked up by Russell. Evans kicks to Davis. Randall grabs the board. Randall's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Here's Russell. Drills the baseline jumper. And the Lakers lead by 4.
And there isn't a lot that they're doing well right now defensively. They just seem to be disconnected defensively in the second.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Pelicans dance team.
Williams is checked in for Clarkson. Evans against Russell. Here's Davis. Yes, and a nice assist from Evans.
And they'll be counting on even more points from him. That's essential if they're going to pull this game out.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Pelicans dance
We've got 1:13 left in the fourth. Picked by Randall. Russell passes to Kobe. Shot is no good, and New Orleans will go the other way with it. Evans outside. Kicks to Davis. Ball's knocked loose. Shot clock at 6. That's a 2 from Gordon. It's good. This game is all even.
We're seeing the red-hot version of Gordon right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Pelicans dance team.
There's 39 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Randall, count it!
Boy, what a pressure bucket that was.
Greg, now that's coming through in the clutch.
Pelicans call timeout. Ladies and gentlemen, your Pelicans dance team. Okay, let's get low.
And so it's New Orleans with it. A 2-point game. Davis dishes to Evans. 24 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Williams against Gordon. Clock at 4. Pondexter from outside. But they recover it. No good from three-point territory. Yes!
And really, I like the fact that even with the big lead, they never coasted.
To me, that's a sign of a really good team, Greg, because you should always be playing against the game and yourself. I know there's an opponent out there, but when you have a lead, it's all about continuing to execute. Do what you do and stay true to that. And I like that aggressiveness and full speed ahead kind of attack that they have.
Evans kicks to Ashik. The dish to Davis. Feeds to Pondexter. Jacks up a 3. It's off. So it's Los Angeles taking the W in a close one. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother them. I mean, road team, home team, all I know is they were the better team.
Well said. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Kevin, I'm here with Roy Hibbert. Roy, what does this sort of grinded-out win say about your basketball team?
We're a tough team. We let the grind wins out, and sometimes it's not always pretty, but we're trying to get the job done. And our bench did a great job of keeping us in there, so I'm really happy.
A great team effort, Roy. Thank you. Kevin, over to you.
Doris, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, Clark Kellogg, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we have the opportunity to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Kobe Bryant.
Look, how many times have we seen games like this from Kobe? He was the primary option. They needed a bucket, he delivered. His game has evolved in the last few years, but the recipe was working tonight.
I think his efficiency from the field was the biggest factor in this win. He made over 60% of his shots. I don't care if you're playing one-on-one or one-on-five. That is a great percentage.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.